bestrobo.in, your favorite robotic and electronics store in India.
Hello everyone, welcome to Mifratech. Today in this section we will learn about a turbidity sensor, which is mainly used in order to measure the turbidity of any liquid. Generally we can measure the turbidity of water. You can make use of this sensor in water quality applications, or wherever you want to measure the turbidity of any liquid, you can use this sensor module. So this is how a turbidity sensor will look like. As you can see here, this you can interface with any microcontroller like Arduino microcontrollers or Raspberry Pi or ARM microcontrollers. You can interface this turbidity sensor in order to measure the turbidity of any liquid. So the turbidity sensor mainly detects, as I told, in the water quality we will use in order to measure the level of turbidity. It is able to detect turbidity is nothing but in order to measure the suspended particles present in water or any liquid by measuring the light transmittance and scattering rate. So it mainly how it is going to measure the level of turbidity means, so what is the light transmittance, or what is the scattering rate of suspended particles in the, like light in the upon the suspended particles present in this particular liquid. It is going to measure the changes in this rate. Depending on that amount of total suspended solid in water, it is going to measure the level of turbidity. So as a suspended amount of total suspended, this is a TSS is nothing but total suspended solids. So this total TSS value increases means the level of liquid turbidity also increases. So the level of like amount of total suspended solids increased in the water means, so the amount of turbidity also increased in that particular water or liquid. So depending on that amount of suspended solids only, it is going to measure the turbidity. So the turbidity sensor can be used in measurement of water quality in rivers or streams, wastewater management or effluent measurements, sediment transport research, and laboratory measurement. You can make use of these sensors. So what is the theory of what is the working principle or operation behind this sensor means, the sensor mainly operates on the principle that when a light is passed through the sample of water, the amount of light transmitted through the sample is depend on the amount of soil in the water, means what are the different solid particles present in the water. We are going to transmit a light, whatever the water or the liquid, we are going to measure the turbidity, whatever the transmitted and the amount of what is the amount of light, again what is reflected back or what is transmitted through that sample of liquid. Depending on that amount of that, it can measure the turbidity. As you can take example, a solid particle, you can take it as a soil, means as the level of solid or soil level increases means the amount of transmitted light decreases, because those particles will make the light to reflect back. So according to that, the turbidity will increases. So the turbidity sensor mainly measure the amount of transmitted light in order to determine the turbidity of the wash water. You can in the water quality measurement you can use this. So these turbidity measurements are sent to the like a dishwater controller, which makes decision how long to wash in all the cycles. So you can also, this turbidity sensor is used in a dishwasher controllers also, in order to measure how it will how long it will take in order to wash those utensils or dishes. So these decisions are made on the basis of a comparison between the clean water measurement, as I told, it will measure depending on the in clean water how long it will take in order to how light is transmitted in fresh water, clean water, and in that soil water or solid particles presented water. So based on that, it is going to measure. So that by measuring the turbidity of the wash water, the dishwasher can consume the energy. So it is in the dishwasher application. In this way you can make use of this turbidity sensor. So what are the features of this turbidity sensor means, it is, as I told, it can be can interface with Arduino Uno or Arduino microcontrollers, Raspberry Pi, ARM processor, or PIC, any microcontroller like ARM microcontroller, any microcontrollers. You can interface this turbidity sensor in order to measure the turbidity level of any liquid. So you can also use in turbidity of water in rivers, detect and also verify water quality, and it mainly give digital and analog output also. It can also able to detect particles that are suspended in water, and you can also using there will be like a pot present in this module. You can adjust the sensitivity of this sensor module by rotating those that pot. So what are the specification of this turbidity sensor means the working voltage will be like 3.3 to 5 volts. Generally will provide 5 volts DC supply for this module. Operating current will be 30 milliamps. The response time is less than 500 millisecond is there. The insulation resistance is 100 mega ohm is there. The output wise, as I told, analog and digital will both are present. Operating temperature minus 30 to 80 degrees Celsius. Storage temperature will be minus between 10 to 80 degrees Celsius is there. The size of this will be like 30 mm into 20 mm into 12 mm. This is the whole size of the turbidity sensor module. So next we will see what are the different parts present in this turbidity sensor. So this is the control board in order to interface this turbidity sensor. So as you can see here, right side turbidity sensor interface is there, left side in order to interface to any microcontroller. This turbidity sensor interface will be like mainly one plug like will be present, so you can interface directly here. And this left side part, in order to interface to any microcontroller, it has a VCC, ground pin and a signal pin, as you can see, and one more pin is no connection there, it is not connected to anything. VCC we have to connect to the power supply, ground we have to connect to ground, and signal in order to connect it as an input to any digital or pin, you can connect this, and there are analog pin, and there will be like digital to analog switch is present here. Like you can change this switch in order to get the particular digital or analog output. And there will be like mainly it has a LVM 358 a chip is present here, and there will be like two LEDs, one is signal LED, one is a power LED. Like whenever we provide power supply to this module, a power LED will be glowing. So whenever it detects the turbidity, a signal LED will be glowing. So these are the different things present in this module. So as I told, a digital to analog switch, that is in order to change to whatever the output we have to get, either we have to get analog output or a digital value, that we can change using this switch. So next we will see how to interface this turbidity sensor to Arduino Uno microcontroller. As you can see here, VCC I have connected to 5 volts of Arduino Uno microcontroller, ground I have connected to ground, and signal pin, as I am switched into analog mode, so it is giving the analog values of the turbidity. I have connected to pin number A0, that is the analog pin of Arduino Uno microcontroller. This is a simple way in order to connect this module control board to Arduino Uno microcontroller. Next, other side we have to connect this turbidity sensor to this control board. So as you can see, it has 3 wires here, that is red, one more is black, and one more yellow. These 3 pins, these wires we have to connect here. Next, this is a simple way in order to connect interface this turbidity sensor to Arduino Uno microcontroller. So this is the sample code in order to fetch the data from this turbidity sensor, and in order to you can print those values in the serial monitor. You can change these values according, change this program according to your particular projects. So the output will be like analog values will be till turbidity values it is giving. As you can see, you can see in the output in the serial monitor also. So what are the application? As I told, you can use it in water quality, environmental wastewater treatment, water quality checking, in dishwashers you can use, and industrial site control, in order to measure the water pollution level. You can make use of the turbidity sensor. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you.